Hey, everybody. It is Thursday here in Cypress, Texas. I've had some good things and bad things happening. Um, I had, I've been doing this a while, right? And I've had, you know, really frustrating situations when I go against certain SOPs that I've learned. And if I go against them, it they never work out. Okay, and so I try to implement them whenever I can because I like to have success, right? And so I've also learned when I see something that's a mess, it's not going right. I see something that goes against my SOPs that I was taught from successful people, right? It doesn't really matter what the excuse they make or the reasoning that they give you for not following these SOPs. It doesn't matter. It does never matters. But it's you may as well don't fight them. Don't fight them. Okay, you just implement, right? So I had that happen. Okay, and so I'm like, here's the thing. The compliance is so strict in financial services. Okay, so they ask for tons of information. And there's all kinds of compliance that you have to adhere to. And there's just endless checks and balances to make sure people are doing things above board, people aren't laundering money, people are legitimate. Okay. And and so and I understand that. Okay. But when you having somebody asking for the same information 3 different times doesn't make any sense. So there's one set of information that gives me the understanding of their finances so I can determine how to best structure a plan for them. And then there's another set of information that you need to submit to apply for the product. Okay, you got to get approved, and a lot of times there's overlap. Okay, and so what I'll do is my anticipation, my expectation is to I'm going to do business. And so I will take the information on the first request and make sure that gets implemented in the form that I'll need for the apply for the product. Okay, so it's not keeps redundancy of asking the same information. Okay, and because I get frustrated with that, and that's probably why I do it. But then there's other things that I've seen same thing over and over again. Why? What is it that people causes them to resist putting together a budget? All right, I mean, people get all motivated. They want to get it together because now they got a reason. They got a serious girlfriend. They're now they're making money, whatever, right? But when it comes time to start tracking what they're spending, all of a sudden they ghost you, right? You're done, right? What is that? I learned this from boxing. My boxing trainer, Roy Jones Sr., was a wise man, and he said a couple things. One is, whenever you make somebody see something about themselves that they don't like, you better stand by. Okay. And so one of the things when people put together their finances, or and they look at what they're making, what they're spending, and they don't feel good about that. You see what little they have saved. They don't like it. They don't like to talk. They don't like to disclose it. I mean, man, it's hard. It's so hard. You got to really be honest with yourself to be able to get through that, for yourself, right? Let alone trying to get somebody to do it, right? Another thing he would say is, if somebody doesn't think that they can do what you're trying to do, they're not going to think that you can do it. Okay, you got to be very careful when you have big goals and big dreams, because the majority of people don't. And because they don't think they can do it, and guess what? They're not going to think you can do it, and you got to not let that stop you. It's just a crepe paper thin barrier to success is somebody else's lack of confidence and self-esteem in themselves that they'll put on you. Okay, when you understand it, how fragile people's egos are, all right, you'll go through life a lot less tentative. You won't get your feelings hurt so bad, all right? And it's putting all this together will tell you what's up, right? And there's a lot of times you got somebody that has that barrier, right? And they got somebody in their ear, chirping in their ear, telling them they're not worthy, they're not good enough, right? And it's a very few people that can stand in the way. If they're your significant other, you can do that. You can say, listen, they don't care if there's their parents or their brothers and sisters, it don't make a lick of difference. If you're their wife or husband or fiance or whatever, you now have the authority to stand in the gap for them. Okay. If you're a mentor or they have a belief in you because of something, right? That they see your integrity, they've seen fruit on the tree, all right? That's another one that gives you the authority, all right? So having these understandings help me do my job, all right? And it helps me from getting too frustrated. Right. Have a great Thursday.